efficiency of business processes. We're talking about Auxionize reverse auction online platform, which was created by two superstars, Mitev and Ivaylo Penchev. Both of them are serial entrepreneurs and have brilliant digital background. Please welcome them on stage.
Hello.
No, this
thank-
guy has brilliant digital background. Me, not. I don't.
Okay, so thanks for having us here. First of all, I would like to give you a very short introduction of Ivaylo and myself. We are the co-founders of Auxionize, and we ourselves have already developed very successful businesses worldwide. So Ivaylo is in charge of a bunch of companies, the most important of which is probably Worldtopia, which is the #1 leader worldwide in producing artificial climbing walls. They own over 60% of the worldwide market. They're founded here in Bulgaria, and they're a Bulgarian startup. I myself am the CEO of Chaos Group, which is a company behind a very successful tool that is used worldwide for visualizing. We ourselves own over 60% of the market as well, and in certain areas we actually reach up to 95% of ownership worldwide. So we are two very successful businesses. So the reason I'm telling you this is not just to brag about it. The reason I'm telling you this is to give you an idea that once we started discussing some of the issues in the companies, actually Ivaylo came up with something very important, and it's an idea that we call Auxionize. Auxionize is an idea, a mindset that will revolutionize the world. There are two ways the mankind progresses. One is evolution, the other one is revolution. So what we have started is a revolution, and it will just take me a few seconds to prove it to all of you. Think about it. What is the definition of a company? Company is an organization of people that is grouped together to solve a set of problems and a set of goals. So the company is main business is to solve the goal. So that's the focus, the set of goals. That's the reason there's a company. There's no other reason for people to get organized and sit together. Okay, so that's pretty much the basic definition of a company. The second definition I'm going to give you is the definition of procurement. Procurement is a complex word which actually means something very simple. Procurement is the process in a company of acquiring goods and services outside the company. So anything that comes from outside the company and is acquired by the company, that's called procurement. Pretty much buying all the necessary items for the business to run, the toilet paper and the mineral water people use on a daily basis as well. So think about these two things. Procurement is something that company is not interested in doing, so they're outsourcing it. That's why it's a procurement. The company itself has a set of goals which is their main focus, which inheritedly means that procurement is not the focus of the company, which means that the procurement is a process in the company that the management does not pay attention to. This is a fundamental flaw for each and every business worldwide, in Bulgaria, in Europe, worldwide. The reason for a company to exist is not to deal with procurement. That's why the focus is somewhere else. It's driving the business forward, producing a better product, and making higher sales. And nobody cares about the procurement, which leads to a lot of problems in companies. So Ivaylo and myself have gathered together to solve this fundamental issue that affects millions and millions of companies worldwide. So let me give you just a few of the main problems. The procurement process in general happens this way. You have a person or a staff of people that give phone calls or send emails asking for offers. I'll give you a very simple example. If you want to ship something from point A to point B, you have some goods and you're looking for someone to ship and move them from point A to point B. What your procurement would normally do, they'll pick up the phone, call the most famous companies, they will get 3 offers, and they'll choose the best one and they'll hand it to the management and they'll say, this is what I managed to get. They lose a lot of time because they're making phone calls, they're sending emails and so on. They're very inefficient and they're only getting 3 offers. If by any chance you're dealing with a very good procurement person in your company, That's if they're very good. Above average, trust me, most of you are not dealing with those people. If your procurement is above average, what they will do is they will get these three offers. They'll get the lowest price they got. They'll call the first two and they'll ask them to lower the price even further because they have a better price. So if those guys want to sell their service, they'll give you a lower price. And this will go through a few loops until you get the best price, and everybody will be pissed because you've been pushing for lower prices, but you will get the best price. However, problem is your procurement has wasted a lot of time doing this process. That's very expensive, that's very inefficient, and you cannot scale that. Ivaylo's business requires 5,000 items in order to produce their climbing walls worldwide. Is that correct?
About, yeah.
Yeah. 5,000 items. Can you imagine the team of people that is required?
By the way, just a second. How many of you are business owners here? Please raise your hands, you will help us. Business owners. Okay, we could say 10% of you are business owners. So this speech is for business owners mainly, and we'll finish the speech with some words about not business owners, general public, the rest of you. But business owners, you business owners, you will know. You should know. You don't know how many items you have on stock in your company. I expected that I have maybe 1,000, maybe 2,000 maximum. It turned out that I have 5,000 elements in my company. 5,000 items. And I have, at the time I had two procurement officers, 2 persons to deal with 5,000 elements. It's impossible for them to know for each one of them who is the best supplier and which in fact is the best kind of item that they should buy. So you need something more. You cannot deal with this on the standard way. That's why we created this Auxionize team, but okay.
So yeah, the idea is that people are in general very inefficient. And there are other problems as well. The problem with procurement is that the procurement spends a lot of cash, concentrated power in one specific person. That probably means there may be ways to corrupt that person, and this person is not making their best choices because they don't have the time and because people come to them with their gifts and ideas of whom they want to work with. So what we do here at Auxionize is we actually open up the market and we give the opportunity for everyone to start doing business in a completely new, revolutionized way. So we completely reversed the whole process. What we did is we developed a platform where a buyer raises their hand and says, I'm interested in a specific item, and that's the way an auction starts.
It's completely the opposite way the world works now. Now, if you want to buy something, even if you're a business owner or private person, if you want to buy something, you should look. You go to this shop, that shop, the other shop, or you're looking to this internet shop, the other internet shop, and you're picking the best offer and the best supplier. You waste time. And I don't like this. Using Auxionize, you could do the things the other way around. If I want to buy something, I will just place a reverse tender in Auxionize, and I will say, okay, I would like to buy this car. I would like to buy a car. Please, suppliers of cars from all around the world, give me your offers. And I start reverse tender in Auxionize, and all the suppliers, they have, depends on what kind of tender I will choose. If the supplier A puts an offer, all the others see his offer, and they're free to underbid. And when supplier B underbids, supplier A sees the underbidding and he is ready to underbid as well. So all this process of negotiating the offers is fully automated. I don't need to waste even a second of my precious time to negotiate with my suppliers. Negotiation is automated and the results are tremendous. By the way, we're using this platform for an year now in the companies from our group, and we don't buy a single thing without using Auxionize. Results are mind-blowing. We saved millions of leva and euro, in fact, in 1 year, just because of better efficiency and automation of negotiations. And of course, access to new, better suppliers. Results are mind-blowing. And soon, maybe August, we will open the platform for the customers. We'll make it B2C. Now it works as B2B platform only because it's easier to convince businessmen. They're generally smarter than the rest of the world. It's easier to convince them to use it. But it's so convincing. It will be easy to convince you as well. Remember this name, Auxionize. In a few months, you will buy your phones, lipsticks, insurances. All the insurances in my company are bought through this platform. Leasing contracts, credit contracts, cars, houses, toilet paper, whatever, you will buy it through Auxionize. If you are clever, of course.
One more thing about the businesses specifically is one of the things people usually do is they try to increase their turnover, and by increasing their turnover they expect their profit to grow, which is kind of a normal process. However, if you increase your turnover by 10%, your profit will not increase by 10%. Depends on the amount of cash you spend. So it will probably be increased by 3 or 4% or whatever it is. So the profit does not equal the turnover increase. So that there's a big difference, and that's what we show here on the left. However, think about your spending. The moment you save 10% on your spending, that means you have increased your profit by 10%.
This is very strong. This is the truth. And it's for most of the business owners, this is not very clear. Of course, when you hear it, it's clear. But this is not as motivating for the business owners, for the entrepreneurs, as the idea that they will increase the turnover and their market share with 10%.
That's what managers do.
Much stronger, yeah.
They always try to increase the turnover, sell more, manage better, improve the efficiency of the sales, which is great.
Yeah.
They always forget in the backstage there's another process called procurement, and they always forget about, and this is what we want everyone to understand, is that you need to spend at least as much time on the procurement as much you do on the sales, because you can really be a lot more efficient if you want to use Auxionize.
Yeah, we don't have time.
We are running out of time. Actually, So if you have any questions, we will be around. Feel free to get in touch with us, and thank you for your attention.